Good morning, class. Good morning. Before we begin to our lesson, let us put ourselves into the presence of God. May I request Diane to lead the prayer. Kindly arrange your chairs and pick up some pieces of papers and chairs. Who are absent today? Ramon.
Wala po.
So before we proceed to our topic or lesson, let us have a game. This game is called Zip, Zap, Zoom. So mag-form kayo ng circle.
Yes, ma'am.
Gusto nyo? Kaya ka ba? Yes. Yes. Please.
Video ko. Video ko ba? Natayo ka.
So, ganito yung mechanics. Pansin yung unang magsasabi ng zip. Dahil kung saan siya nakatingin na tao, yun yung susunod na magsasabi ng zap. And then yung go. Kung sino yung dapat mabilis yung response nyo. Okay na.
Oo. Trial lang yun.
Sige na.
Ole. Zap. Zip. Zip.
Sige na.
Tulungan tayo.
Full ka na.
So our lesson for today is productivity software application for language teaching and training. So babasa yung learning outcomes. Learning outcomes. Babasa ng learning outcomes.
Identify which is
Application in the teaching and learning of language.
share experiences in using productivity software applications as a language. Explore samples of documents
That were used in delivering learning plans for languages. Report open-ended tools or productivity software applications that are beneficial for language learning. Using open-ended tools in facilitating language learning. So open-ended tools or productivity software applications are ICT tools which help the teachers and the learners make their learning together concrete, efficient, encouraging, and meaningful. In any teaching learning process, the use of these tools play a vital role as it helps meet the demands of the learners in 21st century classroom, as described by Palmer 22. Teachers need to demonstrate 21st century characteristics to be able to meet the demands of 21st century learners. These characteristics in the context of language teaching are briefly presented for teachers. So yung open-ended tools or yung productivity software application is nakakatulong siya sa mga teachers para maging concrete, efficient, encouraging, and meaningful yung learning. So yung mga tools na yan is nakakatulong sa teacher para ma-meet nila yung demands ng 21st century learners. So meron tayong 15 characteristics. Una is create a learner-centered classroom and make instruction personalized. So develop naman natin ng may pagkakaiba yung mga learners sa mga personalities needs tools. So kinakailangan na bumuo tayo or gumamit tayo ng mga pamamaraan na naaakot sa kanilang interest or estilo ng pagkatuto. Diba may mga learners na mas natututo sila through hands-on and meron naman mga learners na natututo sila through visual. So pag gumamit tayo ng mga pamamaraan na yun is mas mamotivate sila na matuto. Next is facilitate the students' productivity skills. So dito sa facilitate the student productivity skills. So once na in-assist natin or tinulungan natin yung mga learners natin na gumawa ng isang project like movies, gano'n, mas na-enhance pa or ma-develop pa yung kanilang language. So next is learn new technologies. So alam naman natin na yung technology is mabilis siyang nagbabago. So, kailangan na patuloy na matuto yung teacher na maging familiar doon sa mga tools na gagamitin niya para maging mahusay yung kanyang pagtuturo. Next is global, go global. So, di ba, para ma-allow natin yung mga students natin na matuto ng mga language, culture, and para ma-acquire nila yung communication skills nila virtually. So, kahit na wala yung isang learner doon mismo sa lugar na yon is gamit yung technology, matututo sila na matutunan yung language, yung mga culture. So, next is be smart. So, di ba, kinakailangan na ma-allow natin yung mga students natin na gamitin yung mga devices. Like smartphones, computer. Pero, kailangan nasa, lang nila yung gagamitin sa pagkakailangan lang sa loob ng classrooms. Ganun para gamit yung yung mga study. Sa pamamagitan ng pagsusulat ng mga vlog, so magkakaroon yung mga teacher ng pagkakataon na ipakita yung kahalagahan ng pagsusulat at magkaroon din sila ng digital tools. Next is Go Digital. Sa paggamit ng digital tools is hindi lamang siya makakatulong sa mga guro, hindi sa mga students din. Para mapadali yung kanilang pagkatuto at mapalawak pa yung kasanayan nila sa education. Next is collaborate with other educators and students. So, sa pamamagitan ng pakikipag-collaborate natin sa teachers and sa learners, nagbibigay yan ng pagkakataon para maibahagi natin yung mga ideya natin at mas mapabuti pa yung kanilang pagkakataon. Next is use web chats to share research and ideas and stay updated in the field. So sa pamamagitan nga ng web chats, nagkakaroon tayo ng ugnayan and nakakapag-share din tayo ng mga information. Connect with like-minded individuals through using media tools like the social media. Next is introduce project based. So dito para yung mga student is ma-develop pa nila yung kanilang driving question, conduct research, contact experts, and para makagawa sila ng project gamit yung devices and para ma-share din nila yung salita. Build positive digital coaching. So kailangan na yung guro and students ay magkaroon siya ng tamang paggamit ng social media at gumawa ng mga content na nakakatulong sa kanila pag-aaral. Code as if today's literacy and innovate to expand their teaching toolbox for the sake of their students by using social media for discussion and announcement in using formats like red tools and presenting their lessons. So next is using word in scaffolding student learning in a language. To appreciate the value of word application in scaffolding student learning, we have to explore how these are maximized by teachers in education. Scaffolding is used to refer to various forms of support given to assist, guide, or facilitate the learning process. So dito yung scaffolding student learning in language is tumutukoy siya sa iba't ibang uri ng support na ibinibigay para matulungan gabayan o pasimplihin yung proseso ng pagtuturo. So example ng scaffolding student learning in a language is learning plans, assessment tools, templates and forms, graphic organizer, and others. So may activity dito na creating learning plans using word application. So yung mga step niya is meron siyang apat na step kung paano. Step 1, testing your knowledge of word processing software application. So ito yung mga types ng word processing application by Louis Day na maaari natin i-visit kung kailangan natin gumawa ng mga lesson plan. Step 2, viewing the essential parts of learning plans. Learning plans can be good for a semester like a syllabus in the tertiary education. It can be a unit plan, a daily lesson plan, or an individualized plan. To better appreciate the way word processing software features are used to help. If some example of visually prepared training plans we will explore and build. So ito yung mga halimbawa niya, yung Enteltech Unit Plan, Department of Education, Masusimbang Kaya, Aralin sa Pilipino, and syllabus. So pamilya naman na kayo gamit sa mga yan. Yung mga format. Kaya lang. So ito yung halimbawa ng Enteltech Unit Plan. Ganyan siya yung format niya. Yan, sample ng Enteltech. Hindi, yung apat. Yung apat. Ito yung mga format ng lesson plan. And yung pangalawa naman yung Department of Education DepEd. Ganito yung format niya. Then yung Masusimbang Kaya sa Aralin, ito. Tapos sa syllabus, alam niyo naman yung syllabus. Yeah. Step 3, sharing the feature of word application for scaffolding student learning. So by analyzing the special features advantage of developing learning plans using word processing software application. So, ano yung mga advantage ng learning plan? And based on the example, what are the special features of word application software that are beneficial in organizing the information required in any learning documents? And yung huli naman, what additional feature of word applications do you think as beneficial in preparing the following in your language class? So ito yung mga steps. So pamphlets for learning a second language or a foreign language, brochure for the different macro skills, charts and graphs for language acquisition activities, worksheets for language drills, and language assessment tool. So yung activity 2 is preparing process guides and graphic organizer using word processing of software application. So may mga halimbawa tayo ng graphic organizer. So yung una is Venn diagram. Familiar naman na kayo dito sa mga graphic organizer. Next is prayer model. And yung next is bubble diagram. T-chart. Ito yung T-chart. Yung fishbowl. Ito naman yung induction tower. And flow chart. Ito yung story map pag sa story map. And then yung 5Ws chart. So, meron akong tanong. So, may tanong ko dito. How can productivity software improve student engagement in language learning? How can productivity software improve student engagement in language learning? Madayan. How can productivity software improve student engagement in language learning?
Another one.
How can productivity software improve student engagement in language learning?
Like you said,
Tagalog na kasi.
ano naman siya? Sabi mo nga diba tumari ko ito, dito is paggamit ng mga technology na matulong yung learning ng students to work their knowledge and also their an activity to be interactive or different.
So, for group activity, nagawa kayo ng using your Canva. Ang by group na lang. Then, nagawa kayo ng graphic organizer. Kukuha kayo ng template na dinidescribe niyo yung productivity software. Application.
Edward sa akin. Ay,
Dali na. Oh, nakapag kayo. Yeah! 10 minutes para gawin na. Next meeting yung price nyo. Sino maunang makakagawa? Meron na ba?
May debate ako na cloud.
Cloud. Bumili ka ng isang representative nyo para mag-present sa
Para sa iba nyo.
Saan daw? Kasi yung Canva or
Abo.
Describe yung productivity software application in your own way. Ano yun? Describe yung productivity software application. Pwede yung bubble diagram, prayer model. Kasi there, like this. Ayan na.
That's for design.
Okay na yun.
Anong ginagawa niya? Naglalaro naman kayo. O, present niyo na sa harapan.
Nagawa kami ng ng ganito, tapos productivity one.
Describe niyo yung productivity software application nila sa bubble. Kunwari, bubble diagram.
Productivity.
Napag-quiz! Wala ka lang talaga?
Ano yung plan ba?
Wala.
Sa rulis daw.
Hindi.
Tapos na.
Tingnan mo gano'n ano ang harapan. Explain nyo na, para may pagkain tayo. Sa Monday.
Doon na masaya mo na lang.
Peg pa?
Eh, pakita ba sa'yo? Kulay?
Sa amin. Kasi sa
Please. Pagin.
Uy,
bulaklak.
like ka.
Nakapalaw sa diagram.
Ito kasakit.
Yung niya, data productivity software application. Tapos yung sa gilid, yung nasa gilid niya is those productivity work